3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading, in particular, mystery reading number 1057. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. Thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. So, starting with interpreting number 1057, well, I do want to say that 1053 or 1056, either of those might be particularly significant for somebody. But the number 1 is about trusting yourself, believing in yourself, really connecting with and respecting your own intuition, your own inner voice, and your own gut feelings. The number 0 can be about patterns and recurring themes for somebody in particular. These patterns or recurring themes could be spiritual signs or messages for you. Regardless, these patterns and themes are definitely things that I feel that you should be paying attention to. Another way that I interpret the number 0 is a reminder to know when to put yourself first, when to choose yourself, and when to respect yourself, your own feelings, thoughts, beliefs, needs, desires, everything that makes up who you are and what you deserve. It could be a specific person, people, a situation where you feel like the best thing to do is to choose yourself, to step away or walk away. And this reading could be confirmation of that feeling for you. I just saw the number 234 on the timer, which to me can be about a warning, about being trapped or lured into a vulnerable position. It does feel like if you don't put yourself first, it is going to put you in a position where it'll be easier to take advantage of you. Number 5 is about change and transformation. Whatever changes you're going through, personally or in your environment, in your reality, it's important that you flow with them. Go with the current instead of against it, especially if going against it can have a negative impact on your energy and ultimately your focus, how you invest yourself. Life does become easier when you learn to move with the current rather than against it. When you learn to flow with what you can't control, with what you don't have. It really helps shift your focus away from what isn't and onto what is. And it makes it easier to navigate the situation overall when you focus on what you do have control over and what you do have. Because when you notice the resources and the power that you have, you know how to use it. And I know that it can be hard to not focus on what is bigger than ourselves and what we don't have, and it can be really frustrating You should give yourself the space and the time to process that frustration. But make sure you're processing it in a healthy way that works for you rather than against you. What do you want to fuel with this frustration? Love or hate? Complete destruction and instability or stability and building. And sometimes you do have to break things down so that way you can make room to rebuild. So destruction isn't always a bad thing. But what I mean by complete destruction is when that's all there is. There's no meaning, there's no sense in it. Senseless destruction. The last number, the number 7, is about expanding your awareness and your consciousness, gaining wisdom, and finding deeper meaning. I do believe that there is deeper meaning in everything that we do, everything that we don't do, everything that makes up who we are, and everything that doesn't make up who we are. There could be something here to learn, to become more aware of, more conscious of about yourself or the world or other people that you deserve to be aware of. Or this could be an opportunity for you to find a deeper meaning, deeper spiritual meaning if you haven't found it already. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 5 is 6, plus 7 is 13, I believe, yeah. There are 2 messages with this number 13. The first one with 13 is about good luck and good fortune. This is a reminder that you do have the power and the potential to create better luck, better karma. What can you do yourself to contribute to a better outcome, a better life? I just really get this strong feeling here that maybe there's something about your power that you're not seeing. You are encouraged to discover what it is through taking care of yourself and healing and growing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, maybe even physically. The other message, 1 plus 3 is 4, and this number is about stability and it's connected to your ancestors. So wherever you are trying to create more stability within you or outside of you, I really do believe that your ancestors support you in this because they want you to have a better future and they want generations after you to have a better future as well. And you can have the power, you do have the power to contribute to that. It's just very important for you to recognize your own power. And it seems like part of that recognition is going to be about being more mindful, more conscious when you make a decision. Yeah. Being more mindful and more conscious whenever you make a decision. If any decision arises, it's always important to give yourself some time, some space to reflect and to, make a decision that truly aligns with you as a person. But is also honest. An honest choice. Moving into the cards now for this reading to really get a more deeper, more specific look into the messages that came through for the number 1057. I'm going to start with the Magical Dogs Tarot here to look at the light within yourself, within another person, a group of people, or a situation. And then I'll move on to the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot to look at what darkness could be overshadowing this light. And to finish it up, I will draw one card from these index cards to just see what else wants to come through, how to wrap up the reading, or just what really needs to stand out. So let me go ahead and grab these cards here. I kind of feel called to shuffle them again, even though I shuffled them pretty good before I started reading. Someone here could feel stuck, but if you've been around, a message that I often give is, well, often as in whenever it comes up, that you're not stuck. You are still. This is an opportunity for you to really connect with yourself. I did see the number 122 on the timer just now. It's with you. What could you do right now to help you become more conscious, more aware? You could even do some internet research if you really feel called to answer this question. But the Magical Dogs Tarot card that I have is the Two of Wands. See how the dog is standing there, needing to make a choice. Which path should I take? That really hits on something that I was talking about, with the numbers. Someone really does have a choice to make here. It seems like the light in this situation really is about being able to recognize and utilize and control your own power, your own future. I saw 2, 3, 4 in the time, which is a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. I want to talk about the number 2 itself. The number can be about so many different things. It can be a confirmation of a significant relationship or situation on your mind, or that, could be involved. I just burped, which can be a sign of release. So whatever decision you're making for somebody, the decision is to walk away, to let go, or something like that. Another way that the number 2 can be interpreted is finding peace and balance within yourself, creating that peace and that balance within yourself. I definitely feel that no matter what the decision is, the answer is going to be about protecting your peace. I feel that. And the last way that I can interpret the number 2 is your choices and prioritizing what means the most to you. So what really does mean the most to you? What is truly more reflective of your own mindset, feelings, and belief system? Maybe even your own physical body. You're allowed to be yourself here. That is the light in this situation. The ability to choose. Don't take your power for granted. And I wanted to say your ability to choose again. It's almost like, I don't mean to be that person, but there are people in the world who don't have the power to make the same decision that you do. And that isn't the main reason why you shouldn't take it for granted, but just to help put things in perspective. And I saw the number 444 on the timer, which we already did talk about the number 4, your ancestors and stability. Prioritize stability. Your ancestors want you to prioritize stability, and not just externally, but also internally. It's basically another message to choose peace. I'm going to move on now to the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot to see what darkness could be overshadowing this light. I'm really curious to see what could be taking away from the focus on the idea that you are in control here. I really do wonder what is making you feel powerless. Okay, I have... that makes sense. The Nine of Wands in reverse. And I wanted to say the Nine of Swords. I pulled the Nine of Swords in the previous reading. So if you feel called to that card, it's about anxiety and releasing the fear, finding freedom. The Nine of Wands in reverse says challenges, overwhelmed, perseverance. Help seeker, seeking help. Upright, it says protection, guard, self-care, self-preservation. It seems like what is overshadowing the idea that you have a choice, that you are in control, that you have power, is exhaustion. Really, really feeling like you want to give up, or feeling close to wanting to give up. If you can, before making a decision, let yourself relax, sleep on it, give yourself some time before making a decision. And you might actually realize that you actually want something else than what you want right now, than what your exhaustion is telling yourself you want right now. The number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. So for somebody, I'm definitely getting the message that the answer is to walk away, to persevere in the sense of not losing hope, for finding someone or something that better aligns with you and who you truly are, what you want, and what you deserve. Do you feel driven or guided by a sense of purpose? If you do, I feel like you already know what you want, but your exhaustion, your frustration might be clouding your intuition. But someone here could genuinely feel lost and confused. And I feel like this same message still applies. Give yourself some time to think, to rest, and to really come to a conclusion that feels honest to who you are and what you deserve, like I've been saying. I'm going to draw out the index card now. What really needs to stand out for this person? I just got flashed a card that said ancestors with a speech bubble. Yeah, your ancestors are really wanting to chime in here. So if you feel called to, I encourage you to connect with them more personally. I'm kind of feeling too that whatever index card I pull out, they might be connected to, and I'm being reminded of when I grabbed these cards, the card on top of it was flipped up and it said home. And I'm hearing that song by Charlie Puth called Home. He did recently release a song, which I don't usually follow his music. I just found out by accident, I guess. I don't know how to say that. But maybe there's some significant lyrics, or that song could have an important message in there for you, the new song that he made. But as for home, I am feeling that your ancestors do want you to choose whatever makes you feel more at home, more safe, more secure, and more stable. Let's draw out this index card now. Or just flew out. 1 second, I gotta grab it. Definitely relate with whoever resonates with this card. I am feeling impatient. Maybe this is why the idea of walking away or letting go of someone or something is hard, because you might have worked hard, with another person or in a situation, and to have to walk away, it's hard to not make it feel like it was all for nothing. But I do believe that everything happens for a reason. And maybe what it had to give you isn't what you thought or what you wanted it to be, but there's still something to gain here. And I think what you are going to gain is a lesson. More awareness. Yeah, didn't I say when I was interpreting the number 7 that there is something that you can learn here? So while it may be painful to walk away, to let go, choosing to heal will make it worth it. I really, really do feel that. Choosing to heal will help you see why you still did this thing, even though it didn't work out how you wanted. The answer that you need, the clarity that you need, is going to come from within.